I'm JasonUFC, and today we have a story about UFC middleweight contender Robert Whittaker says if Khamzat Chimaev doesn't manage his pace, it's going to be an early night for Khamzat Chimaev. Robert Whittaker is warning Khamzat Chimaev that his furious starts could cost him in their fight. Robert Whittaker, who is 16-5 in the UFC, former UFC undisputed middleweight champion, will look to hand Khamzat Chimaev, who is 7-0 in the UFC, his first career loss when the pair meet in the UFC on ABC 6 headliner June 22nd, 2024 in Saudi Arabia. This is what Robert Whittaker says about the Khamzat Chimaev fight between those two. It's a 5-round fight main event, so I'm sure Khamzat Chimaev's pacing got to be a little bit different. Otherwise, it's going to be an early night for Khamzat Chimaev. It's something to be aware of. Robert Whittaker is wary of the fact that Khamzat Chimaev isn't just a strong grappler, but is confident he has the advantage on the feet. It's something to be aware of. Robert Whittaker says of Khamzat Chimaev's striking. Khamzat Chimaev's got power. Khamzat Chimaev's got a clean 1-2 down the pipe. I'm aware of it. Definitely not. I'm not underestimating it, but I can handle it. I do think I am the superior striker. Robert Whittaker sees Gilbert Burns' close loss to Khamzat Chimaev in the UFC 273 as a similar blueprint he could follow, but plans on displaying a more refined version. Gilbert Burns, this is what Robert Whittaker says. Gilbert Burns took away Khamzat Chimaev's strength of grappling and put Khamzat Chimaev in danger in a lot of situations with his striking, Robert Whittaker says. In my opinion, my striking is crisper and cleaner and probably stronger and more powerful than Gilbert Burns, who was a former lightweight contender. And this is how the article ends. I think my spacing lends itself to landing those strikes easier as well as defending takedowns. I think the output is different because I, Robert Whittaker, am going to be able to control the space the way I do. That's what Robert Whittaker has to say about the Khamzat Chimaev fight, which is basically what is today? Today is the 24th of May, so we're less than a month away from Khamzat Chimaev and the Robert Whittaker fight, right? June's gonna be crazy for UFC. I think it's Islam Makhachev versus Dustin Poirier. Is that next month also? Conor McGregor versus Michael Chandler. I think all of these are happening next month. June's gonna be a crazy month for the UFC. I do want to preface this by saying I am a MMA casual, so I don't follow everything that's going on in the sport. I can't keep up with every single daily event, but my opinion on the story, it was just a little bit interesting because when I watched the fight with Gilbert Burns and Khamzat Chimaev clearly won the first round. I had Khamzat Chimaev losing that second round. Like, I believe that fight was like maybe a year or two ago, but I believe Gilbert Burns knocked Khamzat Chimaev down maybe once or even twice in that second round. But in the third round, just like in the Kamaru Usman fight in Khamzat Chimaev versus Khamzat Chimaev clearly won the third round. So I'm seeing a lot of my hardcore friends, and I get it. Maybe if the fight was 5 round, maybe Khamzat Chimaev would have lost, right? It was 50% chance. But he wasn't heading into the later rounds slowing down, right? Like, I personally did not see Khamzat Chimaev. Like I said, Khamzat Chimaev, in my opinion, lost the second round to Gilbert Burns, but he clearly won the third round. So I don't really see the idea that, you could take from it that, okay, if you get Khamzat Chimaev in the third, in the fourth, in the fifth round, he's clearly losing. Khamzat Chimaev was clearly defeating Kamaru Usman in that third round. You could watch it again. Khamzat Chimaev gets a lot of takedowns. I want to see the thing that I wanted to see with Khamzat Chimaev is I want to see someone take Khamzat Chimaev down. Kamaru Usman couldn't take him down. Gilbert Burns couldn't take him down. Good striking from both fighters in that fight. But no one has taken Khamzat Chimaev down. And that's why I wanted to see what Khamzat Chimaev is going to look like in the middleweight division. Because these are big boys, right? Dricus du Plessis, I believe he got taken down by Robert Whittaker, but Dricus du Plessis took Robert Whittaker down and beat him up at the end of that first round, busted him up, bloodied up his face. So Dricus du Plessis, who is the current UFC middleweight champion, is a big boy. You know, Paulo Costa would probably go for a takedown versus Khamzat Chimaev. Robert Whittaker probably isn't going to go for a takedown. I do believe Khamzat Chimaev's grappling, wrestling, you know, it's probably going to be a problem. As I said, you know, Dricus du Plessis took Robert Whittaker down, but Dricus du Plessis is a big boy, right? Dricus du Plessis and Khamzat Chimaev, they're not the same size. So we'll see. You know, Robert Whittaker does have really good takedown defense. I don't think Paulo Costa took him down in their fights and things like that. But as far as it being a quote-unquote early night, I found it a little bit ironic because, like, Robert Whittaker is not really known, right? Like, you could favor Robert Whittaker in a 5-round fight, but that's because it's a 5-round decision fight. Robert Whittaker's last finish was, I think, versus either like Derek Brunson or like Jacare Silva, right? Or something like that. Jacare Silva. But Jacare, right? And those, I'm pretty sure those fights happened way before like 2019, 18, 17 is when Robert Whittaker's got his last finish. Now, like I said, I'm MMA casual, so don't quote me. But, you know, Robert Whittaker's last fight, you know, the last time he finished a fight early, he got finished. He lost to Dricus du Plessis in the second round. The last time he got finished before that was Israel Adesanya finished Robert Whittaker in the second round. So I'm a little bit surprised that Robert Whittaker is going to say that, you know, Khamzat Chimaev, it could be an early night for Khamzat Chimaev if he doesn't manage his pacing. As I said, when I watched the two fights with Khamzat Chimaev versus Gilbert Burns, Khamzat Chimaev versus Kamaru Usman, you could say he lost those second rounds, but he came on stronger in that third round. In the first rounds in both of those fights, wrestling heavy, going for takedowns. I believe in the first fight, in the fight versus Kamaru Usman, you know, within the first, like, 30 seconds, he took Kamaru Usman down and stayed in top position, right? And then in the fight versus Gilbert Burns, he, you know, basically he went for an early strike, did Khamzat Chimaev, which led to, you know, grappling, which led to a single leg, which led to a takedown of Gilbert Burns. So obviously what Khamzat Chimaev does is that he's not going in the fight throwing big power in the first round. The first thing he's going to probably do is a quick teep kick to the body to, you know, get closer to you. But his striking normally leads to him getting towards a grappling so he could take you down in the first round, not exalt much energy. You know, you're going to have to fight off your back in that first round. So we'll see what Robert Whittaker does. Like I said, I do believe Khamzat Chimaev is the better wrestler, has the better grappling. But Robert Whittaker is a really good striker, but he's not really known for, like, taking people out in the first or second round, you know, with his striking. But we'll see. We'll see. You know, Robert Whittaker is my boy. I'm rooting for Robert Whittaker in this fight. I love Robert Whittaker. I never root against Robert Whittaker, so it should be a good fight. But let me know your opinion of this story. Like I said, I'm an MMA casual, so what the hell do I know? I'm Jason, UFC. Today we had a story about UFC middleweight contender Robert Whittaker says his Khamzat Chimaev does not manage his pace. It's going to be an early night for Khamzat Chimaev. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the $1 donation button. And please tune in to the next video on this channel. Thanks a million for watching.